Hello, what's up, everybody? Jack here. Hopefully, on the rebound from a rough week 5. Uh, I think that was probably one of the worst combinations of 10 questions in a row I've ever done on one of these pop culture things. But not much you can do. You play the questions they give you, and those questions were not great for me. But throughout this whole thing, there's 13 weeks. They throw out 5 of them because it's the best 8 you do. Uh, but yeah, so we're back on Buzzword. Reminder with Buzzword, the clues are going to go from less well known to more well known, and the sooner you buzz in, the more points you get. Well, the sooner you buzz in and get it right. If you just could buzz in right away at the beginning and just get points right away, it'd be a pretty easy game. But if you watch the other videos, you know that this game can be a little tricky. All right, first question. Here we go.
This is the only item the player ever obtains in the game PT. It is the first item used to make monsters in Alan Wake vulnerable.
So I never played PT, despite the cultural phenomenon. I've definitely watched people play through it. It's unavailable now. PT was a demo put together by Hideo Kojima of Metal Gear fame to sort of tease his foray into the Silent Hill genre with one Norman Reedus, and then that all fell apart. And now the demo is not available to download off of the store. But so you need to buy an old PS4 that has it. And then the whole context of Alan Wake, or the conceit of Alan Wake, was you're fighting these creatures that are enveloped by shadows. So the only way you could make them vulnerable was to shine lights on them, and the main way to do that was with a flashlight.
This actor played the alien Ronan Dex on Stargate Atlantis. He stars as Baba Voss, the leader of a mostly blind tribe on the
it's Jason Momoa. That's from C, I believe that's what it's called. Is that Apple TV? Is it an Apple TV series, or is it a Amazon Prime? It might be Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. Yeah, so he's that. The giveaway is probably Aquaman, right? And then in the middle there, they talk about him playing Duncan Idaho in the most recent Dune. Duncan Idaho, one of the best character names of all time.
Characters in this musical sing about how no one wants a fellow with a social disease while mocking a cop named Krupke.
I mean, they said... What? Oh, okay. They'll give me that one. It took me a second to realize, like, how did I gotta stop it with the typos. The S and the W are very close together. There's going to be a lot of people in that quick. Officer Krupke is a very famous song from West Side Story. Completely inconsequential to the plot. They'll give me that one. I gotta stop it with the typos. I gotta stop relying on the kindness of strangers. I am not the most devoted fan of West Side Story. I certainly liked Spielberg's version of it, and Ariana DeBose was very deserving of the Oscar she won for that, I believe. But yeah, my controversial opinion about West Side Story is mostly a dance show. I don't think the songs are actually good in it. I think it's a glorified ballet. It's just some musical hot takes.
In 2021, this actress played a woman researching the tears of the moon, a tree whose flowers cure illness. In a 2018 film, she played a woman whose husband is killed by blind aliens who hunt humans using...
It's Emily Blunt. I have no idea what that first movie they were talking about was, but the second one they were talking about is A Quiet Place. Emily Blunt starred in that alongside her husband and director John Krasinski of Jim Office fame.
This band sampled Sam Sparrow's Black and Gold on People of the Pride from their concept album Music of the Spheres. This band mentions castles standing on pillars of salt and pillars of sand in a song that opens
Yeah, it's Coldplay because they're talking about Viva La Vida there. Upon pillars of stone. Yeah. Forget exactly what part. There's that song. There's not a real distinct verses in it, so I don't know that. Upon pillars of stone, pillars of sand. One moment I held the key, next the walls were down on me. Oh, it's now the walls were down on me. Now I discovered that my castle stand upon pillars of salt, pillars of sand. Yeah, I got there. Hey, pop music I can get.
In this show's second season, the Ghanaian student Agnes helps dissidents flee East Berlin. This show's protagonist keeps finding herself in the bathroom of Max.
Yeah, keeps finding herself. That just sounds like a Russian doll. Oh, I can't remember the name of the woman who's in that. Oh, she's got kind of a gravelly voice. Oh, I don't remember her name. She was in But I'm a Cheerleader and Clueless. Oh, I just don't have her name. But yeah, Russian Doll is a time loop one. And there was a second season that was, I don't think she starred in it, but she appeared. Maybe she did star in it. Natasha Lyonne, that's her name. Got there. All right, specific multiple word title.
At the beginning of this film, the protagonist works for the video game company Deus Machina.
This is... Boom. I did not think that was a good movie. Like, things that they were trying to say aside, and like, I think Lana Wachowski was the only one that worked on it. And there was some, stuff she had to say about, how, she put commentary in there about how it's ridiculous that she is forced to make another movie. But I just didn't think it was entertaining. I felt like nobody was really enjoying the process except for Neil Patrick Harris. And I thought the action was bad. In the first Matrix, they had these action scenes and these fight scenes where there were long cuts, long takes. And in the second one, they started doing the thing where they cut on every punch and every impact, and it's not a good way to film fight scenes. I did not like that movie.
A series of holiday novellas by this author features Diesel, who hunts supernatural beings called unmentionables. In her novel One for the Money, this former romance novelist introduced a lingerie buyer who becomes a bounty hunter.
Yeah, what's her
name? For 10
name?
points, what mystery author created Stephanie Plum?
Yeah. I actually read the first 4 of the one. Is it Sue Grafton? Janet Ivanovich. Yep, that's her name. Oh, it was so long ago that I interacted with the Stephanie Plum novels. I read 3 of them at some point. When did I read 3 Stephanie Plum novels? High school, maybe? I think my aunt was into them. So I just grabbed them after she was done. But yeah, Janet Ivanovich. Well, hopefully I can get 9 out of 10.
This comic strip added the character of Jackson Flap to racially integrate its cast. The protagonist of this strip, who is the brother of Lois from High and Lois, is often harassed by Orville Snorkel. Mort Walker created, for 10 points, what comic strip that is set at Camp...
Yeah. I could have went in early on that. I thought with the brother of High and Lois that puts you in a time period, and that time period just pretty much says Beetle Bailey. But like Drill Sergeant Snorkel was not a character that I had ready to go or ready to access.
This group repeats "And the Band Played On" in a song subtitled "That's What the World Is Today." Norman Whitfield produced Ball of Confusion for this group, which sang "All He Left Us Was Alone" in a song about a deadbeat dad. For 10 points, what Motown group sang "Papa Was a Rolling Stone" and "My Girl"?
It's the Temptations. Pretty sure it's the Temptations. It is the Temptations. Yeah, not super deep on my Motown stuff, so I'll take my hit there. All right, I felt pretty good about that. Got 9 out of 10, some really fast buzzes. I had at least 4 higher than 15. So that's a better week. And now let's do the sports.
In the 2022 Olympic debut of this sports mixed team event, Germany's Katharina Althaus was DQ'd for a suit violation. Nordic combined is composed of cross-country and this sport of athletes Hermann Maier and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they said Nordic combined. They didn't say biathlon. Oh well, that's just a miss. That's just a miss here on my part. Oh well.
SNL parodied a scene in which this man lost a game of quarters to John Watt.
Yeah, that's Michael Jordan right there. With the Heidi Eichler was playing the dude, the white-haired dude that won or lost the game. I think he ended up losing. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched The Last Dance and that sketch in particular. But I think it was Keegan-Michael Key was playing Jordan throughout that parody.
In the 2022 Home Run Derby, this man advanced in a first-round swing-off over Kyle Schwarber. In August 2022, he slugged .803, led MLB in OPS, and made Ross Detweiler the 450th unique...
I think that's Pujols. It's got to be Pujols. I forgot the Pujols was in the Home Run Derby, but setting career records this year. That was pretty much just Albert Pujols. He was on his last dance tour, really, when it comes down to it, as all indications are that he will probably retire in this offseason, along with I think Yadier Molina is probably going, and Adam Wainwright. So long time Cardinals saying goodbye to the game, and maybe Miguel Cabrera.
In 2009, this coach was incensed when a rival went for 2 in a blowout and asked, "What's your deal?" In 2010, this coach's BCS title was vacated in a scandal that led his former star...
Yeah, this is Pete Carroll. Yeah, because I think John Harbaugh went for 2 against him. No, it was one of the many Lions coaches, I believe, went for 2 against him, and they almost started a fight. And then, he got his USC wins vacated because Reggie Bush took some money, and now Reggie Bush is in commercials for Arby's making light. I don't know, not making light, acknowledging that he had his Heisman taken away. It's weird.
In 2022, this club bowed out of the Champions League after allowing a Karim Benzema hat trick in 17 minutes. In a Champions League match called Le Remontada, this club lost 6-1 and blew a 4-goal lead over Barcelona. Marco Verratti and Kylian Mbappe star on for 10 points.
Who's Mbappe
What
on?
French soccer?
I think they're both on PSG. Yeah. Palais Saint-Germain. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't really pay attention to club play anymore, except just vaguely. But we got World Cup coming up. Always excited for the World Cup. Maybe less excited for this one since Qatar is not a great place. But
at a school in this state, assistant Dino Gaudio was recorded trying to extort coach Chris Mack. In the 2022 NCAA tournament, a 2-seed from this state got a bad game from Ty Washington and lost to 15-seed St. Peter's.
St. Peter's
for 10 points. What?
I think it's Virginia. Didn't Virginia bow out super early? Kentucky. That's what I said last week. I'm not. These college basketball ones are not my forte.
This quarterback evaded a Mario Addison pass rush before unleashing a throw that was nearly disrupted by Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer. In Week 10 of 2020, he beat the Bills with a long throw to DeAndre Hopkins on...
This is Kyler Murray. That's the Hail Murray. That's what they were talking about there on that last clue where he beat the Bills. And then Kyler's not doing great this year. He's playing right now, not to show hands about when I record these things, but I believe he is playing at this second.
This man beat 12 straight members of the Bum of the Month Club, including Buddy Bear. His career ended with a 1951 knockout loss to Rocky Marciano, and his 1938 rematch win over Max Schmeling countered Nazi propaganda. The world heavyweight champ
Johnson? Joe Louis. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, that was a much better guess there. I was thinking Joe Johnson, and Joe Louis is a much, much, much better answer.
This player raced to make one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see after Terrence Long hit a double fielded by Shane Spencer. In the 2001 ALDS, Jeremy Giambi was out at home after...
It was Jeter then. Derek Sanderson Jeter. Yeah, because they're talking about that 2001 playoff run where he was not in position to cut that off, but ran quickly into position to cut that off. That's what this whole question was about. It was just about that play. Made the cutoff, made the throw. Jeremy Giambi should have slid, but didn't slide, and you make mistakes, and that's how. It's kind of the recipe for great, memorable plays is somebody messing up the slightest bit and another player using their incredible ability to take advantage of that. And Jeter went down in history because of that play.
This sport is the subject of the Quentin Tarantino-produced film Freedom's Fury. A Melbourne crowd watching this sport almost rioted after Ervin Zador's face was busted open by Valentin Prokopov in 1956. For 10 points, in what Olympic sport did Hungary beat the USSR in the Blood in the Water match?
Okay. All right. Finish it off with the Blood in the Water match of water polo. The most violent game of water polo ever seen on the Olympic stage. All right. Just a little more upbeat about that week. Things went good for me. Stuff I know, music I know, and I miss the stuff in the sports. I don't really care about. I have fun playing the sports, but I'm not really too worried about my score in that. But if you want to see how you would do, head to naqt.com/buzzword, and you can play yourself. All right, that's it for me. We'll see you later.